everybody, and welcome back to Noodles at Noon, the show that talks about things. Or wait, I messed up our own intro. The show that focuses on things not worth focusing on. I am your host, who apparently likes playing the ukulele, Ben. Hi, everybody. I don't know why I paused.
Hi,
for
Ben.
my
Do you want a response? Hi.
Hi. Thank you. And I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, a man who is an award-winning adult, Noah.
Thank you. Quite proud of my awards listed behind me here. I don't think you can see that on the audio, though.
Is one constituting a list nowadays?
That is true. I have one award on the windowsill behind me, and I didn't even earn it doing anything.
That's not true. What does it say? Read it for the people.
It says congrats on adulting, and it was given to me for my birthday from my brother-in-law.
Oh, how kind of him.
I think he just wanted it out of his apartment.
Fair. And joining us this week, he is a man who's seems to be really setting the mood in his room. He's got a blue light and a lava lamp, and he's raising his eyebrows. It's Michael.
Hi, Ben. Hi, Noah. It's been a long day. It started with me not sleeping at all, and it ended with me buying an entire PC's worth of parts. But it's a good day because we get to talk to each other.
It's been a long day for Noah, too. He just resorted to drinking. I don't know what that was, but...
It is Signature Select brand berry-flavored sparkling water. Not a sponsor.
You know what they call sparkling water where I come from?
What, Ben?
Water that a fruit has farted on. Because
dirty water?
Starting early with the toilet humor.
Yeah.
it just doesn't taste like fruit, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't like sparkling water. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I guess it's too early for a rant about sparkling water. I'm Ben. We have Noah and Michael, and we're just gonna get right underway. Thank you so much for joining us. Michael, do you have anything from your past week you would like to fill us in on?
I do. I was actually listening back to some old episodes, and I realized I never have just one story. So we continue that trend today with two small stories. Number one, in fact, last night I couldn't sleep. So I fell asleep. I tried to fall asleep listening to the show. I found out it is a show that you can fall asleep listening to. I forget someone's, I think, mom. Ben, was it your mom?
Mine.
Okay. Said that she falls asleep listening to the show. Confirmed. You can fall asleep listening to the show. It's relaxing. It's good. I'm glad it's that way. This week, I also, unfortunately, got to say bye to the last time to my friend Cole, who I talked about on the show a couple weeks ago, I think. We hung out and did something. I can't remember what. But he's officially moving to Florida. He's going to become our on the site. What do you call it? Man on the street, Florida man. He'll be on location, boots on the ground. That's what I was looking for. And we got there eventually. So he's moving to Florida, getting married, moving up in the world. So we had Wing Shack, and I brought it over to his house. We kind of ate and separated ourselves more than you could at a Wing Shack table. So we separated ourselves a little bit more so we could eat and do all these things in a health-supporting way. And then we finished off by playing some Battlefront on the PS4, which was fun. But I like the classic ones better. Sorry.
That's true.
I mean,
I'm with you.
I think I knew you liked the classic ones better.
Yeah, because they're on Steam, and I've played them as a child anyway. They're just better.
They are.
Is your background in a Star Wars room?
It is. I think that's on the Death Star. There's also Millennium Falcon right there in my actual room.
And Noah has. I think I'm the only one without like Star Wars stuff in my room.
Star Wars memorabilia nearby.
Ooh,
I do. I
do have
posters for 7 and 8 on my wall. Oh, Ben's left again.
Disappeared in one single frame. Oh, there he is.
I'm back. I had to grab my one Star Wars thing. Ooh, I punched my mic. Great. Good job, Ben. It is the Star Wars episode 3 Revenge of the Sith script.
Oh, that is some of the most beautiful writing, and no, I can't even make a joke about it. The dialogue is terrible.
Can you read the
I
part
just found
about
a baseball card in it.
Oh, Sammy Sosa. Look at that.
You want me
Nice.
to? I will randomly pick a page.
I would like to hear from the final duel between, spoiler, Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, please.
All right, let me find it.
That's a 15-year-old spoiler, but...
Wait, Darth Vader's in that movie?
At the very end. I think Darth Vader's only line in this movie is no.
No, because he becomes Vader when Palpatine goes, "You Lord Vader," or whatever he says.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole scene about it. I just haven't watched the movie in probably
I like
3
the way
years.
you say that, Michael, like he's admonishing, like, you Lord Vader, how could you? You messed up.
He's really searching for a page there.
I found it. I found what we were looking for. This is at the very end. I'm just going to read this as how should I
Ben,
read it? How do you want me to read it?
in the styling of Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken. Like this? Okay. I have failed you, Anakin. I was never able to teach you to think. And Obi-Wan... Oh, sorry. Anakin and Obi-Wan confront each other on the lava river. I should have known the Jedi were plotting to take over. From the Sith, Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil. And this is Anakin speaking. From the Jedi point of view, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Obi-Wan. Well, then you are lost. Anakin. This is the end for you, Master. I wish it were otherwise. Anakin jumps and flips onto Obi-Wan's platform.
David Attenborough.
The fighting
Go.
continues. Yes.
David Attenborough. Style change.
Yes, I've changed so many styles. The fighting continues again until Obi-Wan jumps towards safety on the black sandy edge of the lava river. He yells at Anakin, "It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!" That was Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, screenplay by George Lucas, directed by George Lucas. Lucasfilms Limited, 20th Century Fox, 2005, all rights reserved.
That was gorgeous. Thank you.
And if you guys want to hear the rest of that story, subscribe to us on Patreon at the $20 tier. And Ben will... What will you do, Ben? Will you read more for us?
If you subscribe on our Patreon at the $20 tier, I guarantee you I will... I'll read a scene from it. But if we had a $50 tier, I'll read you the whole thing.
Do we get to pick the scene?
For the $20 tier, no, I'm gonna pick the scene for the $20 tier. You don't get that. But on the $50 tier, you get the whole dang thing.
Ooh.
Can I be Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah. You can be,
Yes.
I mean,
In his one
You
scene
wanna be-
in the entire movie.
you wanna be Jar Jar Binks?
If you subscribe at the
Yeah,
$10
or
tier, you
Palpatine.
just get the one scene that Jar Jar Binks is in. Just the one scene.
I don't even
You just
remember if
get
there's any
Michael being
dialogue
Jar
with
Jar
that.
Binks.
Michael,
I
do you
don't
have a
even
Jar Jar
remember if
Binks
there's
impression
dialogue.
that you're pretty proud of?
I am not going to do that on the internet.
Please.
That's
I mean,
reserved.
you're gonna
for
have to
other
anyway.
Oh gosh.
Whoa, what are you doing?
If
Michael has a
if that happens,
screen shared here, and he's like watching Lego Star Wars stuff.
it's an ad. Okay. I was trying to find the one scene that he's in. This is from Attack of the Clones. He is in Revenge of the Sith, right?
Yeah, I think it's
I
in
don't know.
Revenge of the Sith when he elects. Oh
I
yeah,
think it's
yeah.
Passing.
Here he is.
That's Attack of the Clones.
He's in.
If Jar Jar's not in this movie, then you just gave yourself like the biggest out of all time.
That's
I
true.
think he's in it for like 2 seconds in Revenge of the Sith. I think the camera just passes by him.
Does he not have any spoken words?
I don't think
No,
so.
that's the Clone Wars television series. That
Okay,
we were just looking at.
I don't know if you guys have done much with the Star Wars Clone Wars TV show, but I've seen all of it. And towards the end, when they start to run out of ideas, no joke, there is a 2-episode arc that is a Jar Jar Binks love story. And it was
Lisa
right
think
after
that's
a bad
Disney
idea.
bought Star Wars. So the Clone Wars shut down because it was a Cartoon Network show. So they were like, okay, we have half a season to wrap up all our points and finish the show. What kind of story arcs do we want to do? and they decided on a 2-episode Jar Jar Binks love story, and I have never forgiven them.
I don't want to imagine Jar Jar Binks ever finding love, because he's just
He
a
doesn't
terrible
deserve
character.
it.
He doesn't deserve love.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Yeah,
Let us
that's my
not
hot take for the day.
let us not forget that Jar Jar Binks was the one that elected the Chancellor to have emergency powers, which would eventually become the Empire.
That was
Mhm.
Attack of the Clones, based on the research that I did while we were in a call. So I think he has
Execute
one
Order
fleeting scene.
66.
You can,
Regardless.
he just got pushed to the
Unlimited
back.
power. Jar Jar Binks. Well, it's because he was a terrible character. That was super annoying. Have you all ever watched Riff Tracks?
No.
I watched Mystery Science Theater, which is basically that.
It's basically the same thing. Jar Jar Binks doesn't deserve love. Yeah, no, they just go. It's basically Mystery Science Theater, and they just do those movies and just go on and on about how terrible Jar Jar is, and I think it's hilarious. Anyway, so yeah, $50 tier. I will read you that whole thing, but I'll have a different voice, not just for every character, but for every single line. I'm kidding. I'm not actually going to do that. But if we get 2 people to do the $50 tier that doesn't exist, I will do this. Hand on my heart.
I'll
Kind
just
of.
bring us
I
back
don't know
down
where
to
my heart
say,
is.
I think this is still Michael's story time. Michael, are you... Do you feel like you said everything you needed to say?
Oh yeah, we're done. Yeah. We
Oh,
are
good.
finished.
I would hate to have
It is
hijacked your
finished.
entire time talking about Jar Jar.
Why Jar Jar
no, it
Binks
but I
felt
doesn't
guess
like
deserve
it
love?
Why Jar Jar
felt
Binks
like it
doesn't
went
deserve
on
love.
for like 40 minutes, so
It did
Yeah.
feel like it took longer, and there was a few emotional breakdowns in between, but whatever. I guess I'll follow up, and when I say follow up, I mean I'm going to follow up all the way from last week in the story in which I had my car fall apart while driving, and I was saved by a couple of blessings in disguise, and I just want to follow up. I guess they weren't blessings in disguise; they were just blessings. They weren't disguised as anything. I just want to follow up with that story that Kyle and April came and they fixed my car officially today. So it's all back and working better than it was before. They did wonderful work, took less than 2 hours for them to do their work. And they were just super kind, super helpful all the way through. They had to buy extra parts that they didn't know they needed, and they were super apologetic, but it was like $20 extra. And I mean, that podcast money that I'm getting, I'm just like, yeah, $20 doesn't matter to me. But no, they did great work. My car is running great. I'm super thankful for them. That's why this show is sponsored by KISS Mobile Repair. If you live in the same area that we do and you know where that is, call KISS Mobile Repair. Their email is kissmobilerepair@gmail.com, and don't hesitate to reach out. They are willing and able to help anyone. So if you need roadside car help, contact Kyle and April. That is my story for this week and our sponsorship for this week.
So did they kick you a couple bucks for that product placement?
No, they fixed my car.
So you kicked them a couple of bucks to do product placement.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Michael, I think it's time
But,
that
I mean-
we kick Ben off the accounting role of noodles at noon. Maybe give somebody else a try.
He's spending money on our sponsors.
Is that not how this works? I've just been embezzling funds the whole time anyway.
What? We have funds?
From our store? Yeah.
Where's
if we
that
had
located?
funds to embezzle, I say go for it.
The store that's located on noodlespodcast.com.
Did you say noodlespodcast.com?
Noodlespodcast.com.
Podcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
By episode 30, this podcast is just going to be an hour of us just saying noodlespodcast.com in different styles of voice.
Noodlespodcast.com. There's always at least 2. It's like sneezes. Oh, there's a third one. Michael thought he could whisper one in there.
No,
but
that was the second. That was the second one.
Or celebrity
Following yours
deaths.
that you just dropped.
Celebrity
don't
deaths
know.
always come in threes.
What?
Huh. I haven't
That's what they say. It's
known
like a
that
thing.
one.
I've never heard of that before.
Maybe I made that up.
You may have made that up.
I don't know.
I'm
Oh.
Googling it.
What happens if two celebrities died? Is there like someone out there who's just like, well,
It's me. Here I go.
it's I guess
Bye.
it's
You go into full quarantine. It's like, I'm not going to be celebrity number 3.
two celebrities die and all of Hollywood shuts down. It's just
Okay, I'm not crazy.
bubble
It is a
wrap
thing.
everywhere.
The rule of threes.
okay.
Celebrities dying in trios.
Isn't that
Are we talking about Star Wars again?
the whole no. Isn't that the whole premise of like the song American Pie?
I
Yeah.
guess
It's a
Buddy Holly and the plane crash.
but there
Richie
were two
Valens.
other people on it, right?
Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and one more who is the one that we always forget. I am sorry.
Peggy Sue.
I don't remember the name.
the one we
Who?
always forget is George Martin.
Wait, the Game of Thrones guy?
No, oh shoot, did I hang on?
J.P. Richardson. The Big Bopper.
The Big Bopper. That's right.
Instead of George Martin, I meant to say George Harrison, who's the member of the Beatles that we always forget, and apparently we always forget him and replace him with the guy who wrote Game of Thrones. Oopsie daisies. Sorry, George Harrison. He's dead. Never mind. Yeah, he's dead, right?
George R.R. Martin or George Harrison?
No, George Harrison.
I don't know.
Because Ringo Starr and what's it? Paul McCartney's still alive.
Oh yeah, George Harrison died November 2001.
What a sad day.
I wasn't
the
even
day
born.
that music died.
Jeez.
Yes, you were. In 2001?
Michael's winking. He's trying to throw people off.
Oh, okay. I can't see his face really that well. He's super small in a corner of my screen. But yeah, I don't know how we got off on this, but thank you, Kyle and April, for fixing my car.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Noah-
Man, these have been the most derailed stories we've ever done, for sure.
We've been very tangential this week, and I apologize for it. It's probably somehow my fault. Noah, do you have any stories from this? Michael, what did you just?
I so wish that was recording. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh. We're probably gonna cut this out, but Michael just like somehow managed to zoom in super close in on his face. So I'm guessing that I can see him wink better.
Just leave it.
Just leave it.
In
All
the
right.
show.
Now I can see him
It
winking.
zooms in. Michael
So
winks.
shiny.
Zooms
I
back
need a
out.
makeup artist. I need a makeup artist. I'm shiny. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, that was intense.
My goodness.
Noah, do you have any stories if that will follow that?
Well, this is just a derailed podcast to say the least. But Ben,
We're not going to get to games, are we?
Ben, I know you apologize, but I think that's what people are here for. I know several people have mentioned to me that they think their favorite part of the podcast is just our banter at the beginning. So,
well, then why do we do games? Like,
we put in all this effort for you people, and you don't even care about the
take
games.
Hours out of our day to research stuff and put together quality content, and all you want is us making fun of Jar Jar Binks and
In his love life.
his love life. And we don't require any research to do that.
I spent like an hour researching Pokemon this afternoon, so we're going to play that game because I put a lot of time into it. All
I
right.
spend so much time on a website called myfloridamanstory.com for you, and y'all don't even appreciate it. No, I'm sure you do.
This is the
'Cause
viewer
I love and
complaint
appreciate all of
episode.
you. This is the
Not where the viewers complain about our podcast,
No,
just where we complain about the viewers.
About the viewers.
Well, anyway, I can talk
yeah.
about my story for the week. It's not so much a story as a question. So my story is very short. I kind of inadvertently entered a contest this week. A transmission supplier at my place of employment was having an online live product reveal session. And a lot of people have had to do this, including my company. Usually we have an event where we reveal our products for the next year, and we had to take that online. This company had to take it online. So I entered to watch this because I like to see what other people are doing in our industry. And what I didn't realize when I signed up for this live event is I was also signing up to potentially win like a Yeti cooler. And if you know what Yeti is, you know it's like a very nice brand. They make thermoses, they make uh,
Thermi?
coolers, obviously.
What is the plural form of thermoses?
Thermi.
Thermi?
Thermi?
I don't know.
Thermite?
That can't be
Thermite.
true.
No.
What is the plural form of?
Thermoses.
I like
thermoses.
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 I think it's just thermos, but with an apostrophe to imply that it's plural.
Wiktionary says
Right?
the plural is thermoses.
I like how Michael and I were kind of goofing off, but we kind of interjected into your story just to question the plural form of thermos.
But anyway,
Um,
long story short, I ended up winning this thermos. No. Long story short, I ended up winning this cooler. It's a very nice cooler. It's not very big, but it's like a very nice quality. And so it's got me thinking about
It's
contests
a high
this week.
quality item.
It's a high quality item. I ended
It's
up
a high quality item.
also entering a contest this week to win a free skydive at my favorite skydiving place, local here. Just had to leave a review of my last experience, and they might let me go again for free, which would be awesome. So anyway, Michael, Ben, I just wanted to ask you guys if you've entered any contests, if you've ever won anything from a contest, any fun stories like that. Michael, have you ever won a contest?
Come to think of it, I had braces from the time I was in 5th grade to the time I was in 12th grade. So, 10th grade. Sorry. 10th grade, and then I got them back on my lower teeth up until senior year. So I basically had braces through my middle school and high school years. And at my orthodontist, they had competitions, contests,
That's
even raffles.
That's why we called you Metal Mouth Michael all the way through high school.
Yes, you did, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
And I would enter these contests, which were held often monthly. However, obviously, I didn't go to the orthodontist monthly. There's usually not a need to go every single month. But I never won that I can think of. One time that, okay, last time in a parallel universe, I said I've never won anything and I'm a loser, and then I left the room. But one time I did win something was in middle school. I wrote on a bunch of these raffle type things, I wrote Jack Sparrow as my name on it, and there was a drawing in front of the entire middle school population, and they called Jack Sparrow, and I went up there. I don't remember what I got for it, but I won as Jack Sparrow.
I'm trying to think of any contests. I mean, sometimes I go into the spam folder on my email, and I notice I've won a few contests for items that I know I did not enter a contest for, but nevertheless, I seem to have won them. But outside of, well, how are we defining contest? Because like your thing is like a raffle, but like I don't know if I ever won any of those raffles in middle school. I've won bingo, but I don't know if that's necessarily similar to a contest to which you are referring.
Oh, I think that totally counts. Like if you've taken the time to play bingo, I think that totally counts.
I'm a regular bingo player. I practice on the weekends, Tuesdays. That's not a weekend, but whatever. I've won playing bingo. I've won a scale. I've won
Like a dragon scale?
No, I've like a scale that I stand on, and it lowers
Oh.
my self-worth. And then I've won a weather station that you just like set on your bedstand, and it'll tell you whether you're going to enjoy going outside or not. I've won a lovely photograph of some penguins or penguins, as Benedict Cumberbatch would call them, or penguins, as anyone else would call them who isn't me or Benedict Cumberbatch. So I've won a few good bingo contests.
Did you name all the penguins like Zigil, Midgel, Fidgel, Kevin?
Nitchel, Glitchel, Zitchel,
What,
and Kevin.
what was Zigil, Midgel, Fidgel? Was Fidgel one?
I thought it was maybe I don't know. Nitchel?
Excuse me.
What are the names of the 321 Penguins? Anyone who doesn't know, 321's Penguins is the greatest TV show ever invented. It was Nitchel, Glitchel, Zitchel, and Kevin, I thought.
Oh, Zigil, Majel, Fajel, Kevin.
I think 321 Penguins is a really fascinating show because, especially that first episode where they're like, okay, here's the deal. They're going to go to a planet, and the planet is entirely populated with vacuum cleaner people. Like, of all
Planet
the things.
Wait Your Turn.
Planet Wait Your Turn. And
Excellent
this
name for a planet. See, if the planets in Star Wars were named like that, I would remember them better.
Yeah. I like how the planet is named after, like, the one central vice that planet has. So on Planet Wait Your Turn, all the vacuums have problems with waiting their turn. Like, how convenient.
But they're all vacuums. And they're all vacuums for the sake of... I'll never be able to get over this. They're all vacuums for the sake of a 2-second throwaway joke that probably isn't even funny for kids because they probably don't remember it. And it's just like, I don't know. Do you want to explain it, Noah, any better than I am?
No, I think you're doing great.
It's like, isn't it the first episode of that series? It was
yeah, it's the very first episode.
Season 1, episode 1, Trouble on Planet Wait Your Turn. I know all of this off the top of my head. And it's just to set up the fact that this one penguin named Kevin is dumb enough to vacuum himself up in a vacuum cleaner. And then they land on a planet and all the inhabitants of this planet are vacuum cleaners. And that's the joke, but they decided apparently to animate every single person on this planet as a vacuum cleaner for the entire show.
So do you think like when they first animated that show, like they were just generic aliens or humans or something, and then one writer walked in like the week before, he's like, you know what, I got a great idea. We'll have this throwaway joke where Kevin gets stuck in a vacuum cleaner. Only problem, you have to reanimate the entire show where everybody is a vacuum.
I just remembered that is definitely 100% what happened, but I just remembered the reason it's like they have this problem is because the planet is getting so close to the sun because it wants to be ahead of all the other planets, and it's because of the president is a not nice person, but the president's name is President No, I'm the President.
I forgot about that.
So, and I think President No, I'm the President turns up in like every single episode afterwards, just flying through like the background of a shot because it takes place in space and he gets thrown off the planet and just ends up flying through space because that's how physics work.
I feel like if our U.S. election is as hotly contested as it looks like it's going to be next week, both of our presidential candidates are going to be President No, I'm the President.
President No. When did this come out? When was this episode aired of 321 Penguins?
Because it's ahead of its
time.
Know? It's got, I'm looking it up.
Oh,
it's got global warming. It's
global warming,
political crises. 2000.
So 20 years ago, a TV show came out that taught lessons that clearly have not been followed. And if more people had watched 321 Penguins, we wouldn't be in this situation.
They just diverted Y2K. They're like, all right, we're in the clear. This is a good millennia. Let's make it happen.
Oh, Y2K.
Is that able to stream anywhere through 321 Penguins?
I found it on YouTube before. Yeah, that there was. If you scroll up.
Where?
Just scroll up. It's the first thing that came up.
Oh, it's on YouTube. Audience, it's on YouTube on the VeggieTales official page. I have a feeling that's not the actual VeggieTales official. Oh, we got a commercial.
It's verified.
It's the actual VeggieTales official
Michael,
page.
do you want to explain why you're getting Beyblades ads on YouTube?
um, I didn't even know what that was until you just said it. So, YouTube Kids, that's why. Because we're watching YouTube Kids.
Well, anyway, I'll transition us into. I think it's funny that all three of our stories went way off topic, way over time, but I think that's why people are here. People are here for those stories, as we've addressed.
And we love all of our listeners who are here for that reason.
Despite this being the viewer complaint episode, we want you to know that we love you, viewers. And in fact, we want to hear from you, which is why we set up SpeakPipe. So we want to know our question of the week. What contests have you entered? And have you ever won a contest? Any interesting contest stories you have to share with us? You can share those over on our website at noodlespodcast.com. And once you go there, there's a contact us page.
Noodlespodcast.com.
There's a contact page on there. You can leave us a voice message or a just message. And we actually are going to listen to a couple speak pipes that you sent in last week. So last week we asked the question, what is the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? And we have a couple of entries here. I think our first one is going to be from Kimothyre. Michael, take it away.
Kimothyre, here it goes.
Hi, Noah, Ben, and Michael. This is Kim, and the strangest thing I've ever eaten is escargot. I only did it because my aunt offered to pay my cousin and I $20 each to eat it, and it seemed like a pretty good deal at the time. So, hope you guys are doing well, and thanks for the awesome podcast.
The thing that gets me every single time, because I've listened to that before when we were preparing for the show, is it seemed like a very good idea at the time. That very sad pause and then at the time proves that it no longer seems like a very good idea. And that the $20, in fact, was not worth it for eating escargot.
And you have to break that down. Like, how long do you think it took her to eat the escargot versus making $20? Like, that's a solid hourly rate, and it's still not worth it to her.
Like, let's say $20, it takes 10 seconds to eat escargot. That's $120 a minute. Times that by 60. That is
$7,200 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. That's 70. Yeah. No, that is, but it's still not worth it for eating escargot. Although, can you imagine eating escargot straight for an hour?
Oh, that's true. I guess you'd have to keep it going.
Let's find this aunt of Kim and convince them to pay us that same rate, but I'm just going to eat escargot straight for an hour.
You know, I really do need a new car. Maybe I'll eat for 2 hours this month.
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm planning on going on vacation. I'm gonna eat escargot for 3 hours this month. The next week I'm gonna take it off and go to Cancun.
Just get out my 12 hours for the year right now. Well, thanks for that submission.
Carbo loading.
Kimothyre, we really appreciate you. I was going to say writing in, but I don't know, voicing in, would you say? All right, we have one more voice message. This one is from Miss Metz, longtime listener of the show. Also was on episode 4. Also is my wife. So a little bit of conflict of interest here.
Hello, Noodles at Noon. Big fan, longtime listener of the show here. And I wanted to share from your last episode the weirdest thing I've ever eaten. This food is banned from hotels and public transportation in some parts of Southeast Asia due to its horrific smell. And that's not an exaggeration. It smells terrible. You can look it up. It's called the durian fruit. And the fruit itself is actually quite pleasant, kind of like a mango, but it smells like death.
And that's the
I've
end
heard
of the
of
message.
that. Yeah, it
Smells like death.
At the end.
Tastes like a mango, but smells like death. If I had a nickel for every
I've
time I
heard of
heard
it.
that.
What is surströmming? Is that like the really sour thing, or what is that? It's a Swedish surströmming.
That is the
What is that?
very
Is it
sour food, I think.
Durian? I've never
I
eaten durian
can't remember.
before.
No, it says smelliest. Is it fish? Is
Lutefisk.
surströmming a fish?
It looks like fish.
That's what I
Excuse me,
thought.
what did you just call me?
What'd you call it?
So
What's it
strumming
called?
also smells like a dead body, according to
Others liken it to a
rootsnorth.com.
dirty nappy or a dog bin that hasn't been emptied for months. However you describe it, the Swedish delicacy known as surströmming, fermented herring, is pretty
Wow.
much the world's stinkiest food.
Well, that's 2 stinkies that we just mentioned. So there you go.
Well, I've never tried durian
Smells like
before,
a-
but I would love to. We'll have to figure out how to procure a durian at some point. And I have had a durian candy once before. That was pretty bad, so I'd be curious to try the real thing. So thank you, Miss
What if
Metz, for your
the-
submission. I'll see you after this podcast is over.
Yikes. Cool. Well, yeah, and please go to noodlespodcast.com.
Who's going to do it?
Noodlespodcast.com!
Who's going
Oh, I think he broke something when he did it, but okay.
There was a lot of
Go to
velocity. behind
noodlespodcast.com.
it.
Answer our question this week. Our question this week, Noah, was...
Have you ever won a contest or have you ever entered a contest?
Yes. So answer that question. We'll reply to it on next week's show. Let's get into some games. The reason that we're all here.
Everyone's least favorite part of the show, the games.
The games.
All right.
Who's
Well,
first?
last week,
Oh.
Ben and Michael, I posed you both the question. You guys are both big Pokemon fans, right?
Oh, yeah.
To which
Big fan.
we
Never played it.
What about you, Michael?
I know very little. Never have played either. Maybe not a fan. I don't know.
All right, and
I don't
I have
know.
never played a Pokemon game either. So none of us know anything about Pokemon, which is why I thought it would be perfect to play This Is Not a Pokemon. In this game, let me get to it. There we go. In this game, I'm going to give you the name of 3 Pokemon. I'll give you the name of the Pokemon and a little short description about what it is. But one of these is not a Pokemon. Or all 3 of them are Pokemon. So you can answer with which Pokemon I mentioned that you don't think is a real Pokemon, or you can always answer they're all Pokemon if you really feel confident that none of these are made up, they're all real. So at least one of these in each set of 3 will be fake, made up by my own brain. So I'm curious to see if this is super, super easy and you guys can just see right through me. But I discovered in my research today that there are a bajillion Pokemon and there are some freaky ones. So are you guys ready to get into the game?
Mhm.
I'm ready to catch them all.
All right, gotta catch them all.
I
That's a
don't get
great
it.
attitude to
What does that
have.
mean?
Let's talk about Boom Boom. Boom Boom is a red-shelled Pokemon reminiscent of a turtle with sharp teeth that uses its spikes to impale its victims. So that's Boom Boom. Cacturns is a type of Pokemon reminiscent of a cactus, and they tend to travel in groups, stalking desert travelers, waiting for them to tire before making their move. Or Seal, a water-type Pokemon that is pretty much just a seal with a horn on its head. So to reiterate, we have Boom Boom, Cacturns, and Seal. Ben, which is not a Pokemon?
Well, Noah, a cacturn is not a Pokemon. Everybody knows that.
Does sound like something I would make up out of my own crazy brain. Michael, what do you
Mhm.
think? And I will say you are allowed to answer the same thing.
Okay, because I did have the same answer. Because I've never, in the very limited things that I've seen about the game, I've never seen more than one organism fight another one organism. I don't think anything in the world of Pokemans travels in pairs or groups.
The lore was
Or-
flawed. That's what I got onto too.
Or squaggles or herds or prides or
A pride of cacturn. Never heard of it.
All right, both going with
sus, bro.
Cacturn. The answer was Boom Boom.
Oh no.
Boom Boom is a made-up
Do I?
Pokemon,
Do
and actually
I?
my description of Boom Boom was based off Boom Boom from
Mario?
the Super Mario series, who is
No, I knew it.
a red-shelled turtle. Cacturns are in fact a real type of Pokemon, and yeah, it's really creepy. They like stalk children traveling through the desert,
I'll believe it when I see it.
waiting for them to get tired.
Next time you're traveling through the desert.
Yeah, you can look up some of these Pokemon. There are some wacky designs, to say the least. Cacturn is pretty much like a cactus Pokemon, is about the best way I can describe it, with a creepy face.
Yeah, weird hat thing going on.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get
Yeah.
weirder. That was just a start off. Let's get weirder. Conkeldurr is a fighting type Pokemon resembling an ogre who can create and carry concrete pillars. Antheos is a strength type Pokemon shaped like an ant found in the Kanto region. And as we all know, Kanto is the region from the first games on the Game Boy.
Sure.
Or Love Disc,
Mhm.
a water type Pokemon, which is flat, pink, and shaped like a heart. So to reiterate, we have Conkeldurr, Antheos, and Love Disc. Michael.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to read you and understand what Noah would do. And I think the first two are gonna be there's a fake one, and then the last one's gonna be they're all real. That's my read on Noah. And I don't think he would make the middle one the fake one again. But Kanto sounds like Canto Bite, which is a reference to Star Wars. So I don't trust that one. But I'm gonna go with the first one, and I already forgot the name of whatever the first one of this group was. But
Conkeldurr.
Conkeldurr, that's my answer.
All right.
Because I'm trying to read you like a book.
I will say, if it changes your answer, I have 6 questions.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see you.
See, I'm trying to do the same thing because I know nothing about what's going on. However, I think that these are all real Pokemon.
All right. Ben says they're all real. Michael says Conkeldurr is the fake. And it turns out
Well,
that
you ruined my psychology.
Antheos is not a Pokemon.
Ah!
I'm feeling much better because I'm really trying to write these in a way that does not give away which one is the fake. So Antheos
There
was
is like
made
a-
up. The Kanto region is a real region from Pokemon from the first games. But no, the other
That was the
two,
middle one.
Conkeldurr
Right?
can carry concrete pillars and is often seen helping out at construction sites. And Love Disc is really just like a disc, like a heart-shaped disc with eyes, and it's really freaky.
That was
There
the
is
middle
some-
one that I said was suspicious, and then I went away from it, isn't it?
Yeah, you did.
I
There's a
read you like a
diehard
book, Noah.
Pokemon fan listening right now who is very mad at us.
They're probably wondering why I'm butchering
How is
all
someone
these
listening
names.
to us? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you're like sharing our feed out to the public.
Oh,
It was a never mind. I get it.
all right. Well, the total is still 0-0. Maybe you guys can turn it around this time. Question 3 of 6. Chandelure is a Pokemon shaped like a chandelier. Vanillite is a Pokemon shaped like a vanilla ice cream cone. And Klefki is a Pokemon shaped like car keys. Ben, which is not a Pokemon?
I think they are all real.
You think they are
Because
all...
I'm just gonna keep saying that until I'm right.
You think there's a Pokemon shaped like car keys?
Yes.
And Michael, what's your answer?
See, as Ben was answering, I was doing my cheat proof methodology, and I have all 3 are Pokemon. In brackets, Noah is using deceit, deception methods. They're all Pokemon.
I'm doing my cheat proof method of just writing them down on paper.
That's a good idea.
I
I
like
should have
having
told you to
fun.
write down these names because they are confusing. And you both saw right through my trap. All 3 are real Pokemon.
Woo!
You guys should definitely look up Klefki because it really is a car key shaped Pokemon. It is hilarious. No idea how that made it into the game, but you know, it's great. All right. You guys are up 1-1. Question 4. Drifloon is a purple balloon-shaped Pokemon that disguises itself as a balloon so that unexpecting children will grab onto it and be carried off into the sky, never to be seen again. Drowsy is a Pokemon with a long snout that eats children's dreams out of their heads. Or Screechy, a ghost-type Pokemon that uses loud howls to deafen its enemies, and it then attacks them in their confusion. So you have Drifloon, the child kidnapper, Drowsy, the child dream eater, or Screechy, the deafening ghost Pokemon. Michael, I think it's your turn.
Yes, the first one seems a bit dark for. I'm gonna offend someone, but I take Pokemon to be kind of a younger age group demographic, kind of a children's thing, and I know there are people that still enjoy it into their adulthood, and you can do that. But I kind of take it as a younger person thing. So I feel like that's a bit dark. So that one is a bit sus, but I'm trying to read you like a book. So I say the last one.
I will
Screechy.
say, why are you trying to read him like a book? You typed that before he started reading out the names. I saw you.
I'm reading him like a book.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Driftloon because that one felt very derivative of the Cacturn from the first round. However, then you read Drowsy, which also seems very derivative of the Cacturn. But I submitted Driftloon before you had read all the rest. So Driftloon.
All right, Drifloon. Michael picks Screechy. The answer is indeed Screechy. Michael takes the point.
Dude, Ben, you just gotta read him like a book.
To the listeners at home, I have since turned off my camera because I do give away facial things like.
Oh no, I'm not reading your face.
You're reading my voice?
I'm reading your psychology the way I would read a book, which is quite poorly, but
Well, Michael takes the lead 2-1. Michael, I'm curious to see if you can read me in question 5. Wigglytuff is a round pink Pokemon with bunny ears and a. Okay, sorry. I'm having a hard time here. Wigglytuff is a round pink Pokemon with bunny ears and a pink curl on its forehead. Igglybuff is a round pink Pokemon that can eventually evolve when exposed to a moonstone. Or Bigglypuff is a round pink Pokemon known for its large size and hyper spin move. So you have Wigglytuff, Igglybuff, and Bigglypuff. Ben, which of these is not a Pokemon?
You're very proud of yourself this round. I can tell.
I
can
am.
read that like a book. Igglybuff, because it doesn't match. Because tough and puff, like you have a tuft of hair or like a puff of hair, but buff doesn't match tough or puff.
All right, Igglybuff for Ben. Michael.
oh shoot, can you tell me the third one again?
Wigglytuff, Igglybuff, and Bigglypuff.
Yeah, that's what I have here. Bigglypuff. Now, I didn't get to read you like a book as well this time, but
That doesn't say
think
Biggly
that this.
Puff. That says Biggly Puff.
Listen,
we're gonna puff Biggly.
It's gonna be the biggest puff you've ever seen. I think that he's calling to Jigglypuff, which is something else that is pink and I believe in Smash, and that's why the hyper spin move or whatever. I think that's a move from Smash, so I don't trust him. I think it's this one. This one was not read like a book, but the next one will be guaranteed.
Which one for the audio listeners?
Bigglypuff.
Bigglypuff. All right.
Oh, did I not say it? My bad. Bigglypuff for the audio listeners, for everyone not in the call.
Everyone that's not me or Ben.
Not
Michael.
none of those visual listeners.
Michael, you might be onto something here. It is indeed Bigglypuff. Wigglytuff and Igglybuff are both different evolutions of Jigglypuff. So I was trying to throw you guys off there. If you knew Jigglypuff, I just threw a bunch of Igglyuffs at you. Bigglypuff was indeed made up by me and is not a Pokemon, bringing the score up to 3-1. So Michael takes the game, but I do want to ask this last question because there are a few more crazy Pokemon to talk about
I'm
here.
gonna try to read like a book.
Yeah, Michael, I'm impressed. Let's see if you can take it again.
That's what I was gonna say, Michael. Dang it.
All right. Gothitelle can really only be described as a goth Pokemon and has a special prediction power that allows it to know when its Pokemon trainer is going to die. Lampent is a lamp-shaped Pokemon that, instead of burning gasoline or some other fuel, burns human souls by stealing spirits from humans before they die. Or Litwick, a fittingly named candle-shaped Pokemon, powers its attacks by draining the life force of the humans and Pokemon around it. So, just reinforcing that Pokemon is a dark and crazy franchise. We have Gothitelle, Lampent, and Litwick. Michael, can I trick you again?
My book tells me that all of these are actual Pokemons, but the very first one, the Gothic
Gothitelle?
one, whatever that one stands out as odd to me, but I am confirming my sign of all of them are in the canon of Pokemon.
All of them are in the Pokemans. All right, Ben.
I wasn't paying attention. I instead drew a picture of cake on my pad of
It's a
paper.
lie. It's a lie.
Because the cake is a lie, and I think this game is a lie. There has somehow been collusion between Michael and Noah. But I'm the goth one, the first one. No.
No, do it. Just do it.
What was this? What was the not Litwick one?
Lampent, a lamp-shaped Pokemon that burns human souls by stealing spirits from humans before they die.
That one. I don't know.
Michael is indeed correct. They are all real Pokemon.
Like a book, man. Just here's the pages of Noah's life. I read them all.
I'm gonna keep drawing my cake.
Wow. Okay, so Michael was 4 for 6 on that game.
Okay, like I know I lost, but how do you feel, Noah?
He lost his own game too.
I really had no idea. I figured you guys would see right through all of them. So I'm actually glad that I was able to trick you guys on a couple, especially the first question that really gave me the confidence. Actually, the first two. Michael got the last 4 correct, but neither of you got the first 2. So I don't know. I had a lot of fun putting this game together because I know nothing about Pokemon, and it was crazy to learn. Like, there is really a Pokemon that's really just a vanilla ice cream cone with eyes and the ability to attack people. So anyway, this is not a Pokemon. Thank you both for playing. Michael, you get the win. You get, I'll buy you a copy of Pokemon
Do I have
Halloween
my own
Edition.
game? Oh, I thought I got my own game on the show, but I'll take that anyway. The title keeps getting longer. Ben, I don't know who else would do this. Cameo celebrity cost Cthulhu Carbonara. I don't know what Carbonara is. Carbonara effect? Carbonaro effect?
It's like a Carbonara effect involving marinara sauce.
Okay. I thought you were going for another thing that started with mare and then ends differently. Anyway, Einmail noch. Cameo is a service that allows you to purchase a short video from celebrities of all popularities. And they can wish you a happy birthday, Noah's taking a shot, anniversary, graduation, and so on. In this game today, the two guests, Ben and Noah, will go head to head to guess the cost of each celebrity's, in air quotes, cameo. We are using Price is Right rules. The highest closest bid without going over wins the game. Today's theme is video games because I'm building a new gaming, video editing, lifelong fun PC. So games are on the mind. And I made this game today because I forgot we were recording until today. First round, are we ready? Are we ready?
I'm so ready.
Guys, I drew more of my cake. Would you guys like to judge my cake?
I like to.
Yeah, I've drawn more of my cake. Sorry, Michael, I wasn't listening. I was drawing more cake.
Oh, that's a pretty cake. That's Instagram
Thank
worthy.
you. I'll put it on the Instagram.
He's locked into it now. All right. Round 1. Craig Fairbrass, voice of Ghost, Gaz, and Wildcroft in the Call of Duty Modern Warfare games, which have had a resurgence lately. Keep that in mind as you guess your price. Ben, will begin with you. How much is a video from Craig Fairbrass?
I think this Pokemon is a lie.
No, wrong game. Wrong game.
Oh, okay. I should stop drawing cake. I think he's gonna cost a solid $125.
All right. And Noah?
I'm trying not to be influenced by Ben's guesses. I had $75 in my mind, so I'm going to go with $75.
All right. So we have 75 and 125.
Oh,
That's a right on for Ben. Ben got it right on. 125 for Craig Fairbrass.
I need to
Well
keep
done,
drawing
Ben.
cake.
I just want to say,
Well,
Daniel 2 weeks ago had like a soundboard with effects, but Michael actually brought his own bongos to the studio.
Yeah, he has.
yeah, they're here. They're in my lap now, so the surprise is out. All right, I'm gonna be transparent. From now on, the prices go down significantly. I dare say less than 100. If we're both double over, then I'll give you the double over sound. But
Is that
so
just the other
just a-
bongo?
It could be the higher bongo, but I don't know if the audience will have that same.
That's true.
I haven't something else planned. All right. Round 2, FIFA esports commentator and a dude with a TikTok. He has a TikTok. Brandon Smith. Noah, we start with you. How much is a video from Brandon Smith, FIFA esports commentator, and a dude with a TikTok?
Brandon Smith, yes, my favorite TikTok commentator. He's going to be coming in at $45.
All right, and Ben.
Brandon Smith. I don't think he's worth $45, but I don't really want to risk it. So I'm going to put $2.
Sorry, was that $2? My internet. did
$2.
something weird.
Sorry.
$2?
Yeah, $2.
Okay. Ben takes that one. Brandon Smith is $6 on Cameo.
$6?
Measly $6.
Six.
Well, I get you a video from the infinitely famous FIFA esports commentator Brandon Smith. Round 3, Stephanie Harvey.
I think I have a Christmas gift for you, Michael.
Aw, I'll be honored. He yells a lot like I do, so that's good. Stephanie Harvey, who goes by Miss Harvey online, is a 5-time world champion of competitive Counter-Strike. Ben, we begin with you. How much is Miss Harvey for a Cameo?
5 times. I'm going to do 5 times 5. She's $25.
All right. And Noah.
Female Steve Harvey. She's going to be worth... Ben, thank you for laughing.
I was going to say Michael didn't laugh.
Well, my video is frozen, so you don't know that.
Oh.
Look, there's half of my face again. We're going to go upside down. Here we go. Woo.
I'm going to go $1. I'm going to... No. I'm going to go $1.
All right. Noah takes that one. Miss Harvey is $10 on Cameo.
Oh.
5-time world champion competitive Counter-Strike. Just $10.
Aren't the
Just
prize...
$10.
I'm going to get you...
The prize money
like,
for those
each of
things are
these.
like $1 million, aren't they?
But she's
You're thinking of
humble.
tennis.
She has humility. I don't know. Something like that. Round 4, Ahmed Kassana, also known as Mel East. He plays NBA 2K professionally, the video game, and got fined $500 for a physical altercation at an NBA gaming event based on what I read. That may not be completely correct. I forgot who's starting. Is it Noah?
Sure.
Who's going first? I lost
Oh, yeah,
track.
it is me. Yeah. Well, he's got to pay off that $500, so I'm gonna say $20.
All right. Ben.
He needs like 20 people at $20 to get $400 of that 500 he was fined. Also, can we like talk about how much like professional athletes get fined, and then this professional gamer gets $500? We're trying to be a real sports organization by fining our competitors, but we're only going to fine them $500.
I mean, if he was a gamer, how bad was that altercation really? He probably pushed the guy and the guy didn't even notice.
That's what it sounded like.
no.
That's what it sounded like. I'm not sure what happened though.
He made him upset. He knocked his Totino's pizza rolls out of his hand or something. Spilt his Mountain Dew. The gamers aren't going to be happy at us for this one. I'm going to say, you said $20. I'm going to say $22.
All right, that's a double over. So it is less than $20, and I'll give that much information to you.
$10.
All right, Ben.
$1, Bob.
So that one is going to be $10 for Ahmed Best, and that goes to Noah, $10. Round 5, voice of Master Chef, aka Master Chief, in Halo, and voice of Star-Lord in the animated Adventure series, Steve Downs. Steve Downs, Ben, we begin with you. How much is Steve Downs?
Wait,
I think Steve Downs.
Yes, what?
can I interrupt? What was the name of the last guy?
Ahmed Kasana, not Ahmed Best.
Okay, I was like, wait, that's the guy who plays Jar Jar. Okay.
He doesn't deserve a love life.
Jar Jar, that is not
Jar Jar. No, I'm
Okay,
sure
okay,
Ahmed.
okay.
Whatever his last name was, I can't remember.
I hear he's a really
Yeah,
good
he's
guy,
been
by
through
the
a
way,
lot.
so he has that going for him.
Jar Jar
No, Ahmed Best.
or the actor?
We support Ahmed Best.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just not Jar Jar.
Love the sinner, hate
I
the sin.
think. Love the. Exactly. He's gonna
Steve
cost
Downs.
$60. Steve Downs does.
All right, and Noah, how much is Steve Downs?
I got to take the safety and go $1.
Ben gets another point, $67.
Oh.
Master Chef. That's all. Actually, quite a bit. But
Yeah, I was gonna
Ben
say.
seems to be writing down after each time. He's like, I know who I'm going to buy for these people later. Round 6. This one is not a video game. Sorry. This is real life game. Professional poker player and poker coach, Jonathan Little. PokerCoaching.com. How much is Jonathan Little, Noah?
PokerCoaching.com.
Oh, that's me.
I thought you were deep in contemplation.
I was just looking at my walls. Got some nice concrete here. He's gonna be worth $30.
Okay, and Ben.
$45.
That's a one of these guys. That's a double over.
Oh,
So less than, was it 30, Noah? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I'll say
this guy must be a bad poker player.
I'll say $10. Yeah. Aren't you dealing in like really high values of money when you play poker?
Yeah. Surely he can like bluff
Should
his
be.
way into being worth more money on Cameo. If you said $10, I'm gonna say 15.
Ben, sneaking it in, 19 for Jonathan Little, PokerCoaching.com.
PokerCoaching.
Noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
Into the final round, round 7. League of Leg Hands commentator Alexander Heibel. Alexander Heibel. How much is he? I think it's Noah.
It's me.
Wait, it's Ben.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Ben.
My bad.
It is me, and
I'm
let me
tired.
have my
I'm
time
very
to
tired.
speak. He is $5.
Okay.
Because the score is
Noah.
4-2 and there's no way I can pull the victory, I'm going to say
Yes, that's true.
$6.
Noah gets a point. He is $15. The final score, 4 points to Ben and 3 points to Noah. That is Cameo Celebrity Cost Cthulhu Carbonara Effect.
Something like that. Well, everybody, we're drawing to an end in our show. I already feel like this has been probably the longest show we are ever going to have. Sorry for that. Thank you so much for sticking through it. And we're going to finish off with some Florida Man. You know how this works.
Oh.
I'm going to give Noah and Michael each some Florida Man headlines. I'm going to remove one word or a few words, and it's their job to fill them in. We are going to start right now on October 27th, 2016. Florida Man calls 911 because his mom won't blank. And we're going to start with Michael, who's playing some bongos for us. Michael, what did this Florida man's mom not do that caused him to call 911?
She won't buy him ice cream sandwiches. She wouldn't buy him ice cream sandwiches. And he's like me. He loves himself an ice cream sandwich.
Loves himself an ice cream sandwich. So wouldn't buy ice cream sandwiches. Noah, what do you think this Florida man's mom didn't do?
I'm a little curious. Didn't we have this one last week where she wouldn't cook him dinner?
No, that was amazingly a different story.
Some of these Florida men need to grow up. His mom won't plan him a birthday party. She decided he was too old. Wouldn't plan him a birthday party. He got really upset.
Wouldn't, and called 911. Well, on October 27th, 2016, Florida man calls 911 because his mom won't pay for IHOP. According to the Palm Beach Post, a 52-year-old North Palm Beach man was arrested early Tuesday morning after he called 911 because his mother wouldn't give him any money for a trip to the local International House of Pancakes.
Burgers.
52 years old.
That didn't last long.
52 years old. Yeah, no, the International House of Burgers did not last at all. But this guy is 52 years old. Called the police on his mom for not buying IHOP. I'm going to have to give this one to Michael because he said wouldn't pay for ice cream sandwiches. And I feel like that's pretty close.
Food.
So
it's food.
Food. Yeah, paying for
Chocolate
food.
chip pancakes
On October
is basically ice cream sandwiches with the whipped cream on top. I mean, it's all the same stuff.
Oh, dude, now I want IHOP. On October 29th, 2018, Florida man runs Marine Corps marathon barefoot wearing a blank. Noah, what was this man wearing, aside from not shoes?
T-Rex costume, I'm thinking. I've seen a lot of these in our neighborhood recently. Just kids running around in those inflatable T-Rex costumes. That's my answer.
T-Rex costumes. Michael, what do you think this man was wearing?
Teletubbies came to mind because we talked about Tinky Winky several weeks ago, and that for some reason that's immediately what came to mind. And I'm going to lock it in.
Teletubbies.
It's
specifically Tinky
All
Winky.
right, well,
Tinky Winky.
Specifically Tinky Winky or any Teletubby? Because if you don't get it exactly right, I'm going to give it to Noah.
I'm confident in my answer.
Sweet, Tinky Winky. Well, a Florida man runs Marine Corps marathon barefoot while wearing a Dipsy costume. No, I'm just kidding. It was a kilt. He wore a kilt while running the marathon. This was Todd Wheeler's 8th Marine Corps marathon that he ran barefoot, which he does at the recommendation of a trainer who said it would help improve his form. As for the kilt, he is a retired Air Force. He is part of the retired Air Force, and the kilt is actually registered with the Scottish Registry of Tartans. So it's actually a tartan.
Scottish, love it.
Yes. As for whoever gets the point, we have T-Rex costume and a Tinky Winky costume. Argue your points, please.
Tyrannosaurus rexes, as we all know, originated in Scotland.
All right, there's that. Michael.
Can I attempt a bongo solo even though I've been playing for a total of like 2 days?
Yeah, go ahead.
This will win your heart over. I'm so slap happy right now. I can't even.
It's too late.
As impressed as I am with that, with the score, Michael already having a point, I'm going to have to give this one to Noah to make that third round just a little bit more interesting, if you know what I mean, Jellybean. On October 31st, 2016, Florida man arrested after throwing blank at doctor and nurse, police say. Michael, what was this Florida man arrested for throwing, allegedly, at a doctor and a nurse?
Oh my gosh, this can go so many ways. So, in the ER setting, sometimes you get people that aren't all there mentally. Maybe they're struggling with drugs, which isn't, funny to deal with. But unfortunately, this seems to be one of those situations. And usually what they do is try to sedate someone in the room. So what did he throw that is in the room? This is what I'm going with. I'm assuming blood pressure cuff. Not cruff. I don't know what a cruff is, but blood pressure cuff.
Blood pressure cuff. All right. Noah, what was this Florida man arrested after? What was this Florida man arrested after. Hang on, I wrote this down really weirdly. What was this Florida man? What did this dude throw at some doctors and nurses?
I think, you're in the hospital. What do? You go to the cafeteria. You get the hospital food. You get the pudding. Hospitals, I've never eaten hospital food, probably in my life. But I'm going to assume that hospitals have pudding. I'm picturing him there with his bowl of pudding. The doctor and the nurse comes in and they're like, "Hey, you're not supposed to have pudding. We just took your stomach out, so it's just gonna sit there forever." And he gets mad, throws the pudding at the doctors and nurse. Havoc ensues.
All right. So what I'm going to do is give you both a chance to re-answer because I'm going to give you this hint. This was something he had with his person when the police brought him to the hospital. The police brought him to the hospital, and it was something he had with him as he was brought into the hospital that he then threw at the doctors and the nurse. So, Michael, I'm going to give you a second chance.
His lipoma that was on the back of his shoulder. They thought it was something dangerous. The dermatologist took it out. He took it, chucked it at the doctor and the nurse.
All right. The person of us who is going to med school, what's that?
It's like a fat pocket. Grows under the skin.
Cool.
Usually harmless, but
good to know. Noah.
I think he came in with his dog.
Oh.
Threw the dog.
Okay. That got sad quick. Well, on October 31st, 2016, Florida man arrested after throwing glass eye at doctor and nurse, police say. No, this wasn't part of a Halloween costume. 54-year-old Edward Michael Dorsey was arrested on suspicion of domestic battery, and on the way to jail, the police had him evaluated. While in the ER, Dorsey took out his eye and threw it at the doctor and nurse. Way to go, Edward. That's a decision that you made, and you threw your eye at a doctor and a nurse. But because it was kind of a body part sort of dealio, I'm going to have to give it to Michael because he said something about it. Yeah, he said that. So I'm going to give this one to Michael, which brings the score to Michael 2, boo-boo, Noah 1. So congratulations, Michael. You are celebrating by spinning around multiple times. Do you have anything you would like to say as you are now a winner?
Yeah, I just want to say, if you enjoy the show, if you enjoy hanging out with us, go ahead and check out noodlespodcast.com. Over there you can find our merch store. I forgot it comes in pairs.
Always.
You can check out the merch store, contact us page, give us a speak pipe, answer the question, what contest have you entered? What contest have you won? Go do that. Speak pipe is on the website, contact us page. There's an about page. Learn a little more about your hosts. Ben just, Ben revealed some information this show about each of our lives, but we always do. So you can learn a little bit about us over there on the show. Ben, would you like to finish out the goodbye?
I do want to say, Kimeth Irie, who we heard from this week, found our secret game. She's the only one I know of that's found our secret game on the website so far. So if you haven't found the secret game, find the secret game. It's not really worth your time. I'll just be honest. It's not. It's not worth your time.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. Michael, I know you won. I won a game. Noah didn't win a game.
I feel like I won my own Pokemon game.
Even though you got read like a book?
But I tricked you, Ben, and I've known you a lot longer.
That is 100% true. You made me resort to drawing cake. But you guys are the real winners. Thank you so much for listening to us week in and week out. We greatly appreciate it. All that stuff. The intro is going to start. Maybe it's already started, but I'm going to join it. I mean, the outro. The hit it! If someone can do me a favor and just line that up, that would be great.
You better hurry. It's running out. Quick.
I'll make it happen.
Is it running out? Bye-bye!
I think you cut it really close.